now. Well, hi, all. This is the X39 review with testimonial. And today we have a special treat. We have senior presidential Kathy Rodriguez on the call with us today. She's actually the woman that enrolled #1 female network marketer in the whole United States, Onyx Cole. Kathy Rodriguez has also been the backbone for our entire organization. If you have seen the Facebook pages, our website pages, our app with all those beautiful testimonials, that is Kathy. Kathy is I mean, she's just the engine, is all I can say. And when I enrolled in this business 6 months ago, I was so in gratitude that I had Kathy Rodriguez leading the ship for us, because we could not be duplicating the kind of volume that we're doing today without her. And so we're going to interview her today and hear her story, her journey. You know, she's quite an entrepreneur in her own right in real estate, and she has done other residual income streams as well. And I'm just really interested to find out, like, why did she say yes to this? And because she said yes to this, we are all here today. And had she not said yes, this opportunity would be here for none of us. So we are very much in gratitude to you, Kathy. So anyway, before we start the interview, I just want to tell you a little bit about this opportunity. So about 7 months ago, my good friend, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, came to me and said, Marci, what do you know about stem cells? And honestly, a lot of you know that I have been recovering from stage 3 breast cancer for 3 years, and I have not felt very good. And I told her, I don't know that much other than I know you can get injections and it's like $10,000 a shot. And maybe it could help boost my immune system because I've been so sick after chemo, but I don't really have the money for it because I've spent so much money on medical treatments, and it's not like my own DNA either. And so I was a little nervous about it. And she said, Marci, what if I could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? Would you be interested in that? And I said, what? And she said, yes, we can, through this little patch, this little X39 patch, we can actually activate your stem cells, make more stem cells, and make them younger. And basically all you have to do is put it right here at the back of your neck and wear it 12 hours on to activate, and then throw it away and let your body repair for 12 hours and put your next one on. And when it hits the light of your skin or the heat of your skin, it elevates something called GHK copper peptides, and that activates your stem cells. And I said, well, I don't really know what that means. And she said, well, at age 30, you've lost half of your stem cell activity. And by age 60, you've lost almost all of it. So when we activate your own DNA, it will actually elevate for you, and it will mobilize, and it will go and it will turn into these young pluripotent stem cells, and it will turn into whatever your body needs for repair. And then she gave me this really great example. She said, think of your children. They're what? How old are they? And I said, well, Luke and Shane are 18. She said, what if they walked down the street and sprained their ankle? Would their own pluripotent stem cells mobilize? Would their army go down to that ankle and repair and turn into the cells it needed to heal that? I said, yeah, that just happened to my son. And in like 12 hours, he was better. Right. And what about your dad? He's what? How old is he, Marci? I said, well, he's like 86. And they said, well, what if he was walking down the street and sprained his ankle? Would his stem cells work? I said, no, that army's tired. It would not work. And in fact, that's why I bought him a walker, because I worry that if he falls and breaks his hip, he may not repair. And she said, exactly. And she said, I want you to wear it. And literally, she bought one sleeve and we split it. We each got 15. I got 15, she got 15, and I started wearing it. And when I was in Oregon, I remember the first 2 days I had the taste of metal coming out of my mouth. It was detoxing the chemo. Day 5, my hands got really soft. My neck got really soft. And day 10, I felt like that young girl before cancer. The PTSD just kind of went away. And I remember calling her and I said, hey, I don't know what you just gave me, but this works and we need to share it. And I remember saying, I only have 5 left. Let's call Peter and give him 5. And that is the beginning of this most beautiful business. And of course, I'm talking about Peter No, who is our leader and our trainer and the engine of this business with us. And he said yes. And now it's been 7 months. And like, it's crazy. Like, my immune system is working fine. It's clearing all the bacteria out of my body. My hair is longer than it's ever been. I don't know, some of us that's been on it for a while, have you noticed how bright and glowing our skin is? Like, I did not start the X39 activating patch for looks, but gosh, it's a nice side effect, isn't it? So we just, you know, David says that basically this is taking young stem cells, and when you put it on old tissue, you turn the tissue young again. He says that this is frequency, and there are good frequencies and bad frequencies, but this is a healing frequency. And he says that we are not anti-aging, we are age reversal. And I'm seeing it every day. And I am so excited. I said yes to this business. And here's the crazy thing, right? This business is in momentum. The company is 15 years old. David Schmidt, inventor, CEO of the company, he has, he's a privately owned company and it's his baby and he's super generous. And before the X39 patch, he was doing about 50 million a year. And this has only been out for 9 months. And you can see this. This is X39. The 39 means that they have worked on it 39 times to get the right frequency. And just in the last 7 months, like in February, we did $10,000 in sales for the month. That puts us at over $100 million in business. We are doubling our business and we are in momentum because of it. You know, some companies say, oh, you're in momentum. No, we really are. Last week for Jason Fowler, we had 100 people on this call because the patch is working and it's super exciting. There's many of us in 6 months that have already gone to the top of the comp plan. And that is because we've created an awesome team, but also we are in momentum. And so we're just really excited about that. Know that this company has over 100 patents and research articles. And so the science is here and the patch really works. So with that, Kathy, can you unmute yourself? Because I would just love to ask you some questions about your journey with this particular business. So Kathy, my first question is, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Have you always been an entrepreneur? Like, tell us a little bit about you as a businesswoman.
Well, I entered the workforce pretty early on, obviously at like 16, and I'm 55. And between 16 and 55, about 7 years, I actually did the math because you asked that question, I was employed. The rest of the time, I've always been self-employed. various businesses. I've owned multiple businesses, from a preschool to a commercial cleaning, big building cleaning service. I call myself unemployable. I don't think I could punch a time clock. What I look at when I think of a time clock is going to work for a certain amount of hours, and you're stuck at making that amount of money a day. And that drives me insane. That led me to the real estate industry, and that was almost 21 years ago. So, and I found network marketing in the crash of 2008. I actually went into working for the banks as a 1099 contractor, selling foreclosures, not why I got into real estate. And once that started to slow down in 2011, somebody introduced me to the network marketing. There was a period of time that network marketing was our family's only income for about 18 months. And we quickly ran that to a 5-figure a month income. So that gave me the belief that you can go to work in network marketing and make a decent income. I wasn't really looking for a network marketing company when this real estate when this opportunity came to me. It was all about the product. Somebody that supports the real estate industry, does inspections within the real estate industry that I've known for quite some time, walked in the patch. And he walked in with the whole sleeve. He was being very generous, and he sat it on my desk and said, I want you to put this on your neck. I think it'll help you. And basically, he insisted on putting one on me, and I let him put it on me to get him out of my real estate office. And that's the honest to God truth. I wanted to leave for vacation. I was trying to wrap things up. My husband and I were going to the Oregon coast. I let him patch me so he would leave. True story. Forgot I had it on. I came home, loaded the RV. My husband and I went to bed about midnight. Alarm went off. I jumped in the shower at 5 a.m. and my husband said, what is that on your neck? And I'm like, oh crap. He said, take it off in 12 hours. Well, that had been 2 a.m. So I wore it for 15 hours. And I said, something Ron brought in. So I took a shower, we were driving, and my husband is the one that said, does it help you sleep? And I said, I don't know why. And he said, because you slept very sound last night. Now, mind you, I was only in bed for 5 hours, but even to get a 5-hour rest period for me with the nerve damage that I have in my spine is pretty unheard of. And he said I was so quiet that he checked me to make sure I was alive. So I told him it was probably a fluke. I was excited to get out of town. I wanted, I was tired, wanted the vacation. He goes, well, why don't you just put it back on again? This was 10 o'clock in the morning. And he said 12 hours will be about the time we hit the Oregon coast driving. So I wore it that night, that day, another day, another day. So 4 days, patch on. I had numbness in my right hand that went through both my index finger and thumb, complete numbness. So if I grabbed a coffee cup, I would drop it many times because I couldn't feel that I was holding on to it unless I really held on to it with these 3 fingers. No feeling anything with my thumb and index finger. On the morning of the 5th day, I woke up, sat up in bed, and was pinching my own hand. And my husband said, what's wrong? And I said, I have all the feeling back in my hand. And that's when I said, what the heck is this?
What? And some of us don't exactly know how injured you were. Like, why did you have no feeling in your hand? Like, why? What had happened to you before? Just so we understand the girl before and the girl now.
I broke my neck when I was just before my 13th birthday. My birthday is in May, end of May. And right before that was like the 1st or 2nd week in May, I came off the uneven parallel bars doing a gymnastic routine, and I missed the dismount to grab the lower bar, and I landed on my neck. And it broke my cervical vertebrae 1, 3, and 5. Most people with the neck injury that I had become paralyzed. And by the grace of God, I was not paralyzed. And this is what I did. I walked when I woke up, I was knocked out. When I woke up, they had me stand up. They walked me to the nurse's room, laid me back down, called a foster parent of mine. I walked from the nurse's office to the car, from the car to the ER. And I still was not paralyzed. So after healing from that, I wore a brace for 9 months, went through a lot of physical therapy. And after healing from that injury, as I got older, the chronic pain from the calcification, the, you know, everything that goes on, it just kept getting worse and worse. Well, I was about 40 years old when it got to the point where it was, the pain was just really bad. So through the doctors and orthopedists, I have arthritis from 1 through 4 that's so compound. The cervical spines come off your neck like this. I wish I had a picture of my, they're all connected. They're connected. They look like little witch noses that come off like that. It's my tattoo, but so they're connected 1 through 4. Well, what that's done is, because I don't have the mobility, the flexibility of those cervical spines moving independently, they all have to move together. That puts pressure on 5, 6, and 7. So I have my actual narrative of my MRI, my last one that was actually done in April, right before I was introduced to these patches. And it's caused the pressure. So my discs between 5 and 6 and 6 and 7 have protruded out into my spinal cord so severely, it's pinched the radial nerve that goes down my arm. So I was gonna be having surgery where they cut you open here, take those discs out, put the 2 rods in December of last year. And that's straight from the neurosurgeon. I was putting the surgery off till real estate slowed down between the holidays, November, pretty much between Thanksgiving and January 1st. People don't like to move. I don't want to move during the holidays. So I was trying to push it out till that point, and then I found X39. So no surgery, no scars across my neck. From that point, that's when I really started looking at it. I hadn't even read the stuff that's inside when he brought it to me. I didn't read any of this. I just put the patch on. So that's when I started looking at it. And to be honest with you, Onyx and I have been friends for 8 years. And when I sent it to her, it wasn't because, oh my God, I'm going to try to enroll Onyx Cool. I wasn't in the business. But Onyx has always told me, honey, all you need is sunlight. If you just get out in the sun, get yourself in a red light bed, it'll help heal your body. So I knew when I started reading photobiomodulation, the healing through light, I was like, Onyx would get this. So I sent it to Onyx and said, will you look at this and tell me in realtor terms? So I don't know if you guys know, Onyx is also a licensed realtor. Tell me how this works, because it's confusing to me. That was my engagement with her. So she said, I'm in Santorini with my daughter. I will look at it on the flight back to the States. I said, no problem. So that was Tuesday morning. I messaged her. She called me back Thursday night and said, oh my God, where'd you find this? And so, you know, we kind of went back and forth, and she had some questions. So I got her on the phone with a couple people, and that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday she called and said, send me your link. And I said, I don't have a link. She said, well, you better get one. We're going to work. And I was like, oh my God, do I want to do this? I honestly thought about it for a second. And I will tell you this, again, my husband's a very quiet, passive man. I kind of run the show around here, and anybody that knows me knows that. And he said, you know what, when I met her, when you took me to Vegas and you guys were at a networking event together, and I said, yeah. And he goes, and she took us to dinner. And I said, yeah. And he goes, my thoughts during that dinner was, holy crap, my wife finally met her match. And he said, you're not going to not say yes to this. You need to get a link and you need to go to work. You guys can do amazing things if you guys get together. So, and to tell you a little bit of story about why Onyx and I met, it's why I believe that this actual union of all of us has been in the works for many, many years. Onyx was retired before I hit the network marketing scene. She'd already sold her business. So I didn't know her because of that. But as I was speaking with my first company, people would come up to me and say, do you know Onyx Cole? And I'd say, no. And they said, well, if I shut my eyes, you sound just like her on that stage. You guys are so heart driven. And this happened to me many times. And I'll be honest with you, I Googled her. I was like, oh, that's cool. She's seems like an awesome person. Never would I have ever thought to call her. But guess what? People were telling her the same thing. The former Monavie people that were in Visalis with me were calling her and saying, there is this girl on the West Coast that talks just like you. And so Onyx picked up the phone and called me. And that's how we met, and it was back in 2013, or 2012. So pretty amazing that the two of us from Florida to California ended up in the same trajectory to where we could do this together. And I told Onyx after we launched, I said, This is why God put us in this path together. I feel like we are doing our purpose right now in LifeWave. So I feel very, very blessed to have been able to meet all of you since this all started. So.
Well, we feel the same way. We are so happy that you were patched and that it's taken, I mean, look at you. You wouldn't even know what you've been through physically today. Like, it's amazing. And then because the patch worked, you and Onyx said, let's build a business. And you started sharing. And because of that, we are all here because the patch works and we're sharing. And Kathy, I guess I'd just like to know, obviously we're in momentum, we're duplicating, you have big teams duplicating. How have you been leading and mentoring the business? And I know that you are the backbone behind all the technology we see, and just want to hear all of that. And also thank you. I've never been in a company that has been led with such heart-centered, powerful people that also like work great together and bring in the different skills for all of us to benefit. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about that side.
Well, when Onyx and I first started, I asked her a lot of questions. I asked her things like, what was missing in your first business when you ran this? And then I also reflected, because when I say I was really only built one company to a decent income. And I remembered what actually helped me as a brand new network marketer to do what I did in that company. I went to the top 1% really fast. And they had a ton of tools. So what I did identify with LifeWave is there wasn't a lot of tools. So I talked to Onyx about that, and she said, well, we would probably need to pay somebody to do this and pay somebody to do that. She wasn't aware that I could do what I could do. So I said, well, let me see what I can do before I even told her. So she said what she wanted. I stayed up for 3 days, asked my husband, I think I slept for 2-3 hours in 3 days building the website. And I sent it to her and I said, how about this? And that was the first website. That was a team website. And she was like, oh my God, where'd you get this? And I said, I built it over the weekend. And so tell me what else you want in it. And she's like, I paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to have something built for her Monavie, and it wasn't her Monavie team, and it wasn't near what we had. So just by communicating with her and what we wanted, me having the ability, self-taught, self-trained to build websites and understand code, I just went to work and decided that you guys would have the tools that you need. I wasn't going to wait for some company to build it. I wasn't going to wait for some company to come out with it or pay for it. Onyx and I just went to work and to make sure that we could provide you guys with the best tools out there. And we absolutely, without hands down, no hype, have the most tools in this company for any other team.
I will say that, and I just want to thank you. So she's talking about, and you all have access because we are part of Kathy's team, is quantumfieldx39team.com. I pronounced that right, correct?
Right.
That's that. You can just go right to that website and you can just join and you can be part of it. We also have Quantum Field X39 Team Facebook. And my favorite right now is the Rapid Funnel app that we trained on last week. And I will tell you, if you remember, we had Jason Fowler on. He's the world champion Ironman athlete that's also paralyzed from his neck down, and his testimony on how the patch was working. Kathy literally took that review, she cut it into a small testimonial and put it on Rapid Funnel already. And that's what she does. And because of that, we can duplicate. And so I'm so happy. And then, of course, Onyx Cole, she's brought out the envelope so we can gift. So what I love is this business is gifting the patch because it works, bringing them to startx39.com where you can see the 3-minute video, the 20-minute video with with inventor David Schmidt. You can see the research and patents You just click it. You can see testimonials and PubMed. And guess what? I remember telling Kathy, we need one site that's just easy to send early on after we gift, you know, because it takes time for people to learn watering with more good stuff through Rapid Funnel. And she goes, no problem. Just so you know, she's the one that created Start X39 in one day. So I just, right? Like, that's our girl, right? And so I just want you all to know that we're duplicating because of the tools she's created. And we're just so very thankful for that. Kathy, before I finish with telling everyone how they can get their packs, is there any other tidbit of information that you would like to share for us?
You know, it's just like the real estate industry when you are building a pipeline. You need to look at this as a business, and it is a pipeline. It's not instantaneous success, neither is building a real estate pipeline. You need to go out there and take action on your business every single day. And prior, we were saying patch 3 a day and follow up. Now I say patch mail 3 to 5 a day, actually samples out. If you don't have a lead source where people are coming in that you don't know, you need to be picking up the phone and just asking people for referrals. It's so easy to do, even with this shelter in place. Hey, who do you know that suffers with chronic pain? Who do you know that's really, really, really passionate about staying young? If you ask that question to somebody, somebody's going to give you an answer. I have my boss at work. He's a freak. He's so afraid of getting old. I need his name and number. Would you have a problem with me giving him a call? And even if this person says they're not interested in your business, you can still ask them for a referral of who do you know? And then what you do is you go out and talk to the people that he knows. And if you get 1 or 2 signups, you call them back and say, great, I have these 2 applications of the people that you know. Just wondering if you want to come in, you can get started for as little as $125 plus tax and shipping, and you have a business because you already have your first 2 signups. So that's how you create the momentum in your business, is just by talking to people. And if you make a commitment to do that 3 to 5 times a day, you're going to build a business. It's not, as Onyx always says, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The only reason why I went to senior presidential in 18 weeks and Onyx literally the following day after that is because we have all of you. And it's because we went to work. And that's what you have to do. Just treat it like a business, and you have to go to work. So many people get involved in these things. They buy their kits, get their product, and sit there and wait for something to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to grow unless you water it.
That is so true. And so with that, let's tell everyone how they can get involved. So basically, one sleeve like this is a 30-day supply, and there's the patch. And you can get that for $149 retail. And what you do is you get with the person who brought you here and you say, hey, I would like to try a sleeve. Or you can go to their website and hit buy. We like to buy wholesale, and our favorite pack is the silver pack, which is 3 of these sleeves, and that's a 3-month supply for $2.99. That gets your price down to $99 a sleeve, and it gives you 90 days to get this in your system, which we really like. And here's the other thing. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can wear more than one of these at a time, as long as you take it off every 12 hours. So on day 25, if you want, you can return them all and get a full refund. I will tell you, there's only a 1% return rate because guess what? The patch works. Kathy wasn't looking for this business, but the patch worked. I wasn't looking for this business, but the patch worked. Let the patch do its work. So if you want the silver pack, it's $2.99. Get with the person who brought you here and say, hey, I want a silver pack, or go to their website and hit join. Many of us upgrade to the diamond pack, and that's because this is a gifting business and we need more sleeves to gift. So a diamond pack is 19 sleeves for $1,600. It gets the unit for each sleeve down to $84. And it gives you enough to share. It also makes you active to earn commissions for 3 months. And you can actually make a little more money on the comp plan when you do it. But what I love about this company, it's a gifting business. It's not a push business. So you get in where you're comfortable and know you can upgrade at any time. Dr. Rhonda and I got in on a silver pack. And then on about, week 1, we realized we were gifting all our patches away because we were making a list, like Kathy says, and we were sharing to everyone we love. I shared to Sean that's on the phone, and Mariah. I just shared to a woman in Canada, because guess what? We're in 100 countries. This company is highly, highly set up to go internationally, which is awesome as well. So basically what happened is I needed to upgrade to a diamond pack, so I had more patches to build my business. And that's exactly what I did. And I just paid the difference in price and got the difference in sleeves. So if you would like to start now and build a business, you get a diamond pack. And once again, go with the person who brought you here and say, hey, I want a diamond pack, or go to their website and hit join. If you have more questions or you want to do more research, then go to that beautiful website that Kathy built for us, which is startx39.com. And you can see the 3-minute video. You can see the 20-minute science from our inventor, David Schmidt. You can see testimonials. You can see all the research studies, and you can see how to wear it. And remember, this is a beautiful product because the patch works, and it's a beautiful business because the patch works. And know that it's a beautiful business in 100 countries. And I just have to tell you, this is crazy, but when I went and I enrolled my first woman from Canada, I went to the website and I clicked country Canada, and I put all the information in. Submit, order, done. I can't even tell you how easy it is to have an international business. So don't be afraid of international, okay? So with that, it is our 30 minutes, and we thank you all for coming. Tomorrow, thank you, Scott. Tomorrow, Peter and I will be doing training at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we're going to be doing a role play of what to say, what to send, how do you start X39, how to water 1 or 2 times with our app, and how to take an order. It's going to be really fun, and you'll learn a lot. So we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific for those who want to understand how to build a business. And for now, everybody have a great Friday afternoon. Kathy, thank you so much for coming. We love you. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, you guys.
Yes, for all of us. Okay, bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Lots of love to everyone.
Kathy.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.